Let's draw this night landscape. This is a super in-depth, step-by-step tutorial. I will explain each of the steps. You can follow it. You don't need any experience with Procreate or drawing. This is super easy, super beginner, and anyone can draw this. This is very nice. You will learn so much new things. I will teach you the basics of Procreate, how to use the tools, how to use colors, shapes, clipping modes, how to add light, very interesting and easy tips, how to add blending modes. And at the final work, you will have something very interesting to show and be proud of yourself. And you can use everything that you learned in this tutorial to create your own landscape. And please tag me and show me what you will come up with. So let's start and let's draw. Let's start by creating a new canvas. And right away we can change the background. I will use this last blue color, like so. Now we can add a bit of sketch so we can know where things will go. I'm going to choose the black color. You can choose any one or the darkest here. For the sketching pencil, I'm going to use 6B. I'm going to rotate it a bit, like so. And I want the focal point, the center of the drawing, to be here. You'll understand why later on. So I'm going to start by adding some plants. The plants will be like so, a bit here. Don't worry about the shapes too much. We're going to make them perfect in a second. I will have something here a bit, here, and so. This is enough to get our drawing started. Now I'm going to change the brush. I'm going to use calligraphy, the standard monoline brush. For the colors, we're going to start from the darkest colors. So right now we have the black one. It's not actually black, but it's a very dark purple pinkish. So for those bushes, we're going to use this color. And I'm just going to draw like so. Maybe I will make it a bit larger. I'm going to use 65%. And I'm going to just do something like that. And on this side also the same, like so. And I'm going to hold the color and drop it here. Now, to make it more interesting, I'm going to add more details, like the leaves. I'm clicking the S shape. I have freehand selected, and I'm going to click Fill Color. Now, I'm going to add the leaves. The leaves go to a certain direction. So, for example, if I start from here, they will go here. And I can make them different sizes. Don't make them too small, because this bush is the closest. So we can make them a bit larger. From this side, they will go here, like so. One is larger, one is small, like so. Big, small, big, and closing. And from here, a couple of small, one big. Couple of big, couple of smalls, and closing. And from here to this side, and to this side. And better from this side, now to this side, now to this side. See, it's very quick. Yes, now from the top to the bottom, from the top to the bottom, from the top, and to this side, and to this side. And now we have the silhouette of the front bush, and we see all the leaves. I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to choose the second color from the bottom. Now I'm going to create the bushes that are behind the front bush. So this bush will go from here, and maybe it will look from here, like so. Don't forget to close the full shapes, so we can drop the color and just color this shape. Now I'm going to create another layer under it. I'm going to choose the third color, And again. 1, 2. You see I didn't close the shape. So let's start again. I will start from here. Now now it's very good. And I'm going to create another layer. I'm going to choose the next color. Close the shape, like so. Oops, didn't close it, so I will start again. Now I can drop here and here. Now it looks a bit darker, but we're gonna add some shadows and light and it will look much, much better. So we're gonna start with the most farthest bush, this one. I'm gonna create a layer above it, clip it to the lower level, and change the blending mode to overlay. For the color, I'm going to choose the yellow color, this one. And for the brush, I'm going to choose materials and noise brush. Now I'm adding a bit of light to the front. You can barely see it, but it's very good. You see, just a bit of adding. This will add a 3D effect to it. See? Don't worry that you can barely see it, because on the next steps you will see what I'm doing here. So you see, like so. Some places I press harder, some places I press lighter, and I get something like this. I'm going to do the same for each of the layers. I'm going to clip it. I'm going to change the blending mode to overlay. And I'm going to add a bit of light. See? Now I'm going to do again for this layer. Clipping mask and overlay. Like so. We don't need to do it for the front layer. Now let's add the shadows. So I'm going to choose again the farthest bush. I'm going to create a new layer. Now I'm going to choose multiply. For the color, I'm going to choose the darkest color. And I will make the brush a bit smaller. And I will add the shadow from the bush in front of it. Like so. I will do the same for the next bush. Create a new layer. Clipping mask is on. And multiple. This bush is in front of this bush, so I'm going to add a bit of shadow here. And that will make the bushes pop out. And you can see each bush. See how nice it looks? And I'm going to do the same for the last layer, for this one. I'll create multiply. I'm going to add a bit of dark here, just a bit. We don't need too much. Now, in the center, the focal point, we will have something interesting. First, I will group all those layers. Group. I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to choose a light color, it doesn't matter, you can choose the white one, and we're going to create a guide. So again, I'm choosing the sketching pencil, and I'm going to draw some shape like so. It doesn't need to be perfect, but if you're still having trouble drawing the egg shape, oval shape, it can be any round shape. You can draw it and hold. And Procreate will create a perfect circle for you. But I don't want it to be perfect. I want to be like this shape. And I'm gonna add some waves to each side. So I added 1, 2, 3, 4 waves, and I'm doing the same here. And this one I will close, and this one I will close. Now, above it, I'm going to create a new layer, choose the yellow color, and choose the monoline pencil in the calligraphy. And I'm just going to trace it. So starting from here, I'm going to do this. We're not going for perfect here. So any shapes you will do, just keep in mind that the number on each side should be the same. So I did something like this. We don't need the sketch behind it. I will delete it, and I will delete the initial sketch we had. I will delete it also. Now the layer is selected. I'm gonna click the magic wand and bloom. I'm gonna add bloom here. You can do it maximum. I'm gonna add a bit of details to this object. I'm gonna create a new layer, use clipping mask. I'm gonna use the yellow color. I'm gonna choose pencil. And I'm gonna draw a line from here to here. From here to here. You see, it's a bit too light. So I'm gonna click the color and just click somewhere here by diagonal. Like so. And now it should be fine. So from here to here. From here to here. If it's hard for you to get it right away, you can just make a line, hold it, and then bring it where you need it. I'm gonna click here. I'm gonna click here, draw, and then I'm gonna bring it to this side. Again, from here to here, I'm gonna click, hold, and bring it here. And from here to here, I can do it on my own. Now I'm gonna create a new layer under the layer we just drew. I'm gonna choose the red color. I'm gonna choose the light red color. And for the brush, I'm gonna go with materials and noise brush. I'm gonna make it a bit smaller, so it's about 22-23%. I'm gonna add a bit light color here. We don't need much. Look at that. It looks very nice. So I'm gonna group it and move it a bit. Now I'm gonna add more light to the vegetation, to the bushes behind it, the trees, the mountains, whatever you want it to be. And to do that, I'm gonna choose the first layer, the first bush, which is here. And now I'm gonna choose the blending mode to add. And I'm gonna choose the yellow color. And I'm gonna still use the noise brush. I'm just gonna make it a bit smaller. So this object is very light and it spreads light. And we're just gonna add a bit of light to the bushes. So this one is very close, and I'm gonna add light here and here. But here's another bush, so we don't see it, but we see it here, here, and here. You don't see it here, but you see it here and here, because the light travels like so. I'm gonna do the same on the other side. We have a very light here. Some are closer, some are farther. We have the light here, and we have the light here. You see where I'm adding light. I'm not adding light everywhere, not here, not here. I'm just adding the light where there is a straight, where you can draw a straight line to that object. Now I'm gonna click on the second layer, the second bush, this one, and the same. So I'm gonna choose add color. I'm gonna add a bit of light here, 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 and here. Again, it shouldn't be perfect, it shouldn't be too bright. It just needs to be a small patch of light. And because we have so much layers for each of our bushes, the light really pops out because we have the dark shadow, we have more lights here. It's starting to look very nice. For the last one, we're going to do the same. Add color, blending mode to add, and I'm going to add a bit of light here, here. Because this one is the farthest, I will not add a lot of light. I will just add a bit here, a bit here. Very light touches. Now I'm going to add the trees. I'm going to select the darkest bushes, this one, and I'm going to add another layer just in case. I'm going to choose the darkest color, and I'm going to choose monoline brush from calligraphy. Drawing trees is very easy, but there are some tricks to it. So the first trick is to make the trunk a bit wiggly. And now the second line that will fill it should be smaller at the top and bigger at the bottom. So I'm gonna draw it like this. It's wider at the bottom and thinner at the top. Now I'm gonna choose the small brush like 10, and I'm gonna draw branches. The trick with the branches is that they need to split. You draw one branch and you have another branch coming from it. So I'm gonna draw a branch, the second line, and again from here, the second line, I'm gonna fill it. Now I'm gonna split it. I add another branch here, I add branch here, I split it. I can even split this one. I will split this one too, and maybe here too. I'm gonna draw a branch here, and I'm gonna split. And I'm gonna make this one thicker, and I'm gonna split it too. We have one tree. Now we're gonna draw another tree. I'm gonna make again the brush a bit thicker. Starting from here, I'm gonna draw a tree. And I'm gonna finish the shape and fill it. Now I'm gonna draw leaves for this tree. For leaves, you just wiggly line. Because it's a silhouette, it's very easy. Just wiggle. Now for this tree, again, I'm creating the trunk. I'm closing it. I'm doing some wiggle lines. I'm gonna fill it. And I'm gonna add some branches. So I want a branch here. I want a branch here. I'm gonna split it here. For this also, I'm gonna have one branch that goes like here to the top. Another one that splits it. One branch here and one here. It takes a bit of practice, but it's very easy to make. Now, I want this hive to be on a branch. So I'm gonna add a small branch here. And I will add it like this. So we have the trunk here, we have a branch here, and this branch is splitting in two parts. One part, another part. I can split this one too. And maybe I will add a bit of branches here and a bit here, like this. For our hive, I'm gonna lower it a bit. And now we can add a 3D effect. So for the branches, I'm gonna pin them to merge them in one layer. I'm gonna click the magic wand and I'm gonna click Gaussian blur. And I'm gonna add a bit of blur to it. Like this. See? Now it looks much more 3D. I'm gonna create another layer above the hive, it should be also yellow. And I'm gonna create the insects. So for the insects, I'm just gonna draw a circle. I'm gonna click on the magic wand, bloom, do it to the maximum. I'm gonna create another layer above it and group those two layers. For the above layer, I'm gonna choose the dark color and I'm gonna draw the wings. The wings should go like this. So they're attached at the top, and at the bottom they're more wider. I'm gonna fill them, and I'm gonna decrease the color. Look at this. This is looking very, very nice. On a new layer, I'm gonna choose the pencil, sketching any pencil you want, and I'm gonna draw those things at the top of their hand. I want to make the wings a bit smaller because they're too big. And it looks very nice. Now I'm going to duplicate the insect. So I'm going to click and choose the layer, slide, click duplicate, and just transfer it. I'm going to place one here. I'm going to place one here, and I'm going to make it a bit larger because it's closer to us. I'm going to rotate it. I'm going to duplicate. Click the arrow, move it here. And maybe one last time. I'm going to click and rotate. Bring closer. Now I'm going to duplicate again, but this time I'm going to make it smaller. And I'm going to place it here. I'm going to create another one. Place it here, rotate, maybe closer. Duplicate, rotate, duplicate, and here. Nice. Now all we need is to add some stars. So I'm going to create a new layer. It should be the lowest layer behind everything. So I'm just going to click and hold that layer, and transfer it to the bottom, right above the background color. I'm going to choose a white color. It can be any white color you want. Just click here and it should be done. For the brush, I'm going to use sketching and 6B pencil, and I'm going to just add some dots. Those dots are the stars. Some stars, usually most of them, are not so bright, but sometimes we get a bright star, so I can add a bit of circle. And again, I'm clicking here and there. And sometimes I'm adding a bit of a bright star here. And again, clicking. Just a bit. Now to make it even more interesting, I will create another layer just to be safe. And I'm going to create a falling star. So I'm going to create a circle and just lightly touch to make the path. Like so. And same here. And I'm going to add the path. Wow. Last thing we need to add is we need to add a rope that holds the hive. We can group all those insects in the hive, just hold and pinch. Hold and pinch. See? And above it, I will create a rope and make a knot. I think the knot is too aggressive. I will make the brush smaller and add it like so. So now it looks very nice. I'm going to choose the overlay blending mode. The brush should be big. I'm going to put the maximum. I'm just gonna add a bit of red color starting from the top. Just a bit. And a bit here too. Just a bit of drops here and there. What we're adding here is a bit of red, maybe from the sun, maybe it's a sunrise, maybe it's a sunset. But usually the sky is a bit of red, so we're adding a bit here and there, like so. And if you click and hide it, you will see it. It's a slight change, but it looks very nice. And we're done.